Instant Ramen.
KB's new album.
Remembering Ravi Zacharias.
Coming up on.
What's up, guys? This is Chris, John, and Reg, and we are breaking truth, where we seek truth in everyday life.
This is it, guys. Our first video.
We made it. We are so excited to start this up finally. It's been a long time coming.
Oh man, this is it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, for sure.
I just said that, bro. You
so
second that notion.
let me just start off by saying we are new to this. Everybody has a beginning to whatever journey they start, and this is our start right here. But without further ado, I think Reggie has something new for us, right?
Yes, sir. So I figured we should just kick this thing off with something delicious. You guys know I love cooking, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to make something quick, simple, and easy.
When you say easy, how easy are we talking here?
I'm talking instant, bro.
Okay, all right.
I like that. I like that sound. I like
the college students are gonna love this one.
Okay.
You know, this is an old time classic. You guys know instant ramen, right?
I'm aware of it, but I got to be honest here. I've never actually had instant ramen.
Nah, bro, you're kidding me.
Oh, I've had the real ramen, like at a sit-down restaurant. Is that Korean in origin?
Nah, boy, Japanese.
Kid. My bad. I'm sorry.
Disrespect.
So I've had that ramen, but I've never had the instant ramen.
Okay.
Oh man, so I lived in college, bro. I survived on ramen.
For real, it's so cheap. You get it anywhere. Most people got a pack in their cabinet right now, and they don't even know it. It might be 5 years old for all we know.
No, I used to use it as a form of currency in college.
That sounds like a jail thing.
Yo, I got you. You got that? You got that chicken? You got that chicken? Nah, I got the shrimp, bro. I'm sorry.
It was on demand, bro. If I needed water or something, I said, bro, I got some Roman noodles, and they were like, all right. So it's vital, bro. It's vital.
So this is how we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do a taste, sort of like a comparison. We're gonna make some of the original. We each gonna try some different flavors. I'm gonna show you guys how to upgrade them, how to take it to the next level. Really simple. You guys at home are gonna be able to do this as well. And my buddies over here who are less culinary inclined will even be able to do it. So we're gonna taste it and we're gonna see how it goes. Before we get to cooking, let's start off with some history. Instant ramen was actually born out of food shortages that Japan was facing after World War II. The US sent a ton of wheat flour to support the major cities that were impacted, and they encouraged citizens to make bread. You know us Americans, we love our sandwiches. But a man by the name of Momofuku Ando wanted to make something the Japanese were accustomed to. You guessed it, noodles. If we take a look at traditional ramen, it has 4 components: the noodles, some special broth, the toppings, and an aroma oil to go on top. But instant ramen is just 2 components: the noodles and the seasoning packet. You add some water and you're pretty much done. I know since being in quarantine, I've been cooking a lot more at home, but some days I want to be able to throw something together quick that's still tasty. With our upgrade today, we're going to be keeping the basics, but we're going to add some toppings and we're going to make some special oil to go on top as a shout out to the classic. You guys are going to follow my step-by-step instructions. Without further ado, let's hit the kitchen. All right, guys, welcome to the kitchen. Here we are. Yo, Chris, John, you guys ready?
Oh yeah, and ready. Yep, let's get it, man.
Let's do it. Just a couple of things before we get started. We're gonna need to take a look at our equipment. So we want to make sure we have a pan, a saute pan, a medium-sized pot, a small pot, a bowl, a cutting board, a knife, and a spoon. Now that we've got the equipment out of the way, let's go ahead and grab our ingredients. I gave Chris and John a list of ingredients to choose from so that they can customize their ramen. You can add really whatever you want. We're actually gonna get started not with the soup, but we're gonna start with our oil. All right, guys, so you're gonna go ahead and grab your small pot. tempted to taste this right now. Chris, I hope you're not trying to taste that.
I was just looking at it.
John and I are gonna be on our way. We're gonna try it and do this taste test together, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed. I'll see you in a few, John, and Chris, we'll see you later. Peace. All right, guys, made it to Chris's house. We're ready to try this ramen. What are your first impressions?
Well, first, let me just say, I was surprised that I was able to put this together. It was fairly easy, I'm gonna say.
All right. Chris, how about you?
To be honest, I'm surprised I made it through the whole thing because I didn't eat it before, usually. So I actually made it through the process. Okay. Usually I would have been gone already. I would have eaten.
Right. All right, so this is how it's gonna go, guys. We're gonna try. We have a little sampler of the original plain broth, plain noodles of the instant ramen. I got the chicken.
I got shrimp.
I got the beef.
All right.
And let me just say again, I have never had this. This is my first time.
I can't wait to see.
Just a ramen.
All right. First time making it.
Yeah. The classic.
So get a little noodle, get a little broth.
All right, it's been sitting here for a little while.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's John here. Editing the video you're watching right now. Just wanted to say two quick things. One, we're about to pull a little prank on Reggie. That's why I give Chris the nudge because he starts it a little too early. And then the second thing, my hair. I know it looks really bad. This was before the barbershops were open in New York City. I know I'm looking desperate, but I got that taken care of. But that's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video.
So flavor-wise, what are we feeling? Mine tastes like salty water. Makes me think of my childhood, honestly. Like, I used to eat this a lot growing up. Makes me nostalgic.
Yeah, it does take me back to college. Definitely takes me back to it.
I mean, it's fine. I would never crave this. Let's put it that way. It's edible. That's what I would say.
Now that we have first round out the way, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what you guys have been waiting for.
Main event.
We'll just give you guys a quick rundown of what we put inside. For me, I got some bok choy, some mushrooms, some soft-boiled eggs, the classics, some grilled chicken that we made, a couple scallions, and that garlic oil, that special garlic oil that we put on top.
So mine has shrimp in it. It's got mushrooms. It's got sriracha. It's got lime in it. The garlic oil. What's this? Bok choy?
Bok choy.
Bok choy. That's bok choy.
Yeah, I made them try the bok choy. If you haven't tried bok choy, definitely try it out. It's delicious.
I got the beef with the egg, the noodles, and the bok choy.
Yeah, you got that garlic oil
Bok choy and the garlic oil on top. Man.
First try.
You can try to get a little bit of everything.
Try and get a little bit of everything. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Okay.
Look.
Oh.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it's nasty. Yo, this is worse than the regular.
No way.
This is
What you guys tasting?
Nah, I can't eat this, man.
This is crazy.
Weird, bro.
No way.
This is probably noodles. No, this is no.
You saw this guy?
Oh my! What? Yo!
That's the first prank on the
He got me. Oh! Yo, they have these. I was like, damn, bro. I could have
Question his own cooking style.
I was like, hold up. I'm tasting mine right now. It tastes good. Oh.
Nah, this is good. This is good, guys.
Nah, I gotta say, it's definitely better than just the classic.
The seasoning is really good.
It got in the broth and the noodles. That you can taste for the seasoning.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing with ramen. The broth soaks up so much.
Yeah.
I added a little something extra to mine. I added a little sesame oil. It's powerful stuff, so use a little bit.
Yeah, I could definitely see myself eating this on those cold nights.
Ramen is so popular. This is just an easy, affordable way to do it from home, whether you're quarantined, even when life goes back to normal. Who knows when that is? To throw this together really fast, and it doesn't cost much. This whole bowl will most likely cost you less than $3. Oh, in the Japanese culture, when you slurp, it's actually a compliment. That's the other thing, everything for broth. Now, when you slurp in general, like Chris is doing,
Chris ain't playing around with that spoon. I think it came out pretty good. This is a meal.
Yeah, I ain't saying too much. I'm eating.
so we just finished up. You guys feeling good?
Good stuff.
Oh man, that was good.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know you guys saw quick little time lapses of us cooking earlier, but if you guys are interested, we're gonna have another video coming out soon dedicated to just this ramen process, and you're gonna actually get to see these guys in the kitchen making this bowl of ramen. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, stay tuned for that. It'll be coming very soon. Chris is still going at it. But on that note, we're gonna head back to the studio now. All right, we'll see you up there.
See you guys.
Yo.
All right.
All right.
Man, that ramen was good.
Pretty good, man, right?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next segment. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite CHH artists. You guys know him as KB, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, KB. What do you guys think, man?
I am so excited, man, for this album.
Fan, Chris?
Big fan.
Big fan. Yeah,
it's way back since Jesus' music days.
Ooh, I don't know those days.
KB wasn't in Jesus music.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you can't wait after that.
Wow. I disagreed with something I didn't know about. So.
I might actually include that. So KB
you're right,
was
you're right.
can't wait
but
after that.
He came early in the Reach Record
right
career, but yeah, he was.
But, all right, so we know who KB is.
Yes.
But do you guys know who KB is?
That is the question of the minute.
And if you don't, about to find out now.
Let's do it.
Kevin Elijah Burgess, who goes by the stage name KB, also known as K to the second letter, is an American Christian hip-hop artist and music executive. Growing up in St. Petersburg, Florida, KB did well in school, but struggled with depression in his youth and experimented with drugs as a form of relief. This would eventually lead him to contemplating suicide. KB would go on to attend Trinity College, where he continued to strengthen his faith in God and form a rap group known as His Glory Alone, or HGA. This group would eventually attract the attention of well-known CHH artist Lecrae and go on to sign his first solo artist contract with Reach Records in 2010. KB dropped classic albums like Wait in Glory, Tomorrow We Live, and most recently, Today We Rebel. His next highly anticipated album is expected to release sometime this summer under Sony Music. KB also has a well-established clothing line called Native Supply. The link will be in the description for you guys to go check out. All right, guys, so that was a little bit about KB. We're going to be breaking down some of our favorite songs here. Now, before we get into that, I got a question for you guys. Is he top 10?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree. Is he top 5?
Absolutely.
Yes. Only
Chris, there was too much hesitation. You ain't loyal, bro.
No, there was
you ain't loyal, bro.
No, there was a hesitation because I go all the way back to old school hip hop, Christian hip hop.
Yeah, all time.
So I have a long list of
you're right,
artists.
And I would agree. I don't know if he's in my top 5. I don't know. Top 10 for sure. Top 5, I don't know.
Sorry, KB.
And I think that's a video for another day. We'll be breaking down our favorite rappers in order. But I was just a little curious to see where you guys stand. Talking favorite songs though, I got a couple. DNOU.
Song's dope.
For sure. And Tempo. Tempo's a great song.
I just hit my tempo.
What about you guys though?
For me, I would definitely say it's Undefeated with Derek Minor. And off of his latest album, Art of Hope. Kind of paired up with Art of...
I don't know, man.
Art of...
He's not in my top 5 though, so I'm good.
That's crazy. Art of Drifting. Art of Drifting.
Okay.
And it leads you in a story of Art of Hope. I love that.
That album in general is Today We Rebel is a classic.
Fire.
Oh yeah,
Chris?
definitely. I remember when Zone Out came out. That was my Wildin' Out song. And my other one, do you remember Go Off?
I go.
Yeah. With Tadashi.
Yeah, maybe I'm not that big of a fan.
Oh,
I don't remember that. But he's not in my top 5, so I'm good. I'm good. He's not in my top 5.
It's not my favorite. Those songs were like hype songs for me.
Gotcha.
You know, and that's Go Off is when he spits really fast with Tadashi.
Now, see, normally I'm not a huge fan of the fast rap. That's just me personally. I don't know.
KB's a fast rapper,
and I think he does it very well.
KB does it very well. He articulates and
so I don't mind.
Absolutely.
Let's get down to it, right? Okay, my favorite KB song of all time.
Ooh,
it's got to be "Hold Me Back." Hold Me Back. I love the beat is fire, and you guys got a little taste of that already.
It is.
The lyrics, the punchlines. It really doesn't get much better than, and the music video is fire as well.
No, it's fire.
Maybe in terms of the lyrical context, he has some stronger songs, right? Songs that move the soul, if you will. But for me, like when we talking about hype songs,
Yeah.
Definitely a hype song, without a doubt. Without a doubt, Hold Me Back is definitely
absolutely. That's the type of song I'll show to an unsafe friend, right?
Right.
And be like, I know it's not gonna sound corny. And be like, oh, this is Christian. No. Yeah,
and just play and be like, yo, listen to this.
Yeah, listen to this. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of showing that song.
For sure.
Nice.
There's other songs that, you know, I kind of shy away from.
Yeah, like it needs, they need a little bit of molding first, a little growth spiritually before they can.
Some discipleship.
Absorb. Yeah. All right, but that's me. That's my favorite song. Reggie, what do you think?
All right. So we just finished talking about how you wouldn't show this like a certain other songs. One of my favorites is actually one of those other songs, and it's called Sing to You. And when I tell you, this song takes me to a place of worship. The lyrics are beautiful. KB raps in a sort of like a spoken word type feel. It actually makes me think of scripture in Job 13:5. The plot of the song, it talks about praising God in suffering, which is so much easier said than done. Job 13:15 says, though you slay me, yet I will praise you. And I think that song really speaks to that in such a deep way.
Chris, what are your thoughts, man? What's your favorite?
One of the songs that resonate with me has to be Monster. Just because, you know, even in church or, you know, in my everyday life, whenever I want to humble myself or whenever things go bad in my life, I just think about the moment where, or just think about where did God take me out from? Right. That always gets me to a place spiritually. Like, I'm grateful, you know, and I'm blessed that, wow, God took me out of that place. And it puts everything in perspective in my life. And I think this song I play over and over because it takes me to that place. And on top of that, on top of the message, the beat is fire.
And he got Aha on there.
You got,
Oh, Aha is on there. I forgot.
And he's in there. And the whole production and everything, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Agree
you have to have a strong message and you have to have quality music behind that.
Boy, I used to be a monster.
You know, those are the requirements that I look for. And you have to hit every checkpoint.
All right, Chris, slow down, bro. Slow down, bro.
We got you.
Chill. We gonna have to hold him back.
But it's a monster, bro.
We gonna have to hold him back because he's a monster.
So we got the favorite songs, but let's get a little deeper. We talking favorite verses right now. What's your verse? What's your go-to verse? I got you with mine, all right? We're gonna play a little sample of it first, and I'm gonna say the lyric for you. So if you didn't catch it, you'll catch it then. All right, here we go.
Coming down, I be giving all I got. Really living more than sentimental. Put it in the middle of an instrumental. Every jot and tittle from my brother, pencil riddle with the scribbles of the father's riddles. Let me get a griddle.
Bro,
I want more. Give me more, bro. Give me more. Come on.
We don't want to get hit with the copyright, all right? We don't want to hit the copyright. Just a little bit, just a little sample. Now, for those of you that didn't catch it, I'm going to read the lyrics out for you. The verse in particular. Really living more than sentimental. Put it in the middle of an instrumental. Every jot and tittle from a brother pencil. Riddle with the scribbles of the father's riddles. Oh, that's a mic drop right there.
He's a beast. That's KB for you.
Now he's got a bunch in there, but that verse right there, that's my verse, man. That should be the principle behind every Christian rap song, right? It should be riddled with the scribbles of the father's riddles. If it don't got that, is it a Christian song? Can we say that? Can we really say that?
I don't know,
and
man.
Again, another topic.
That's another day.
But can you call it Christian? Then I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
So this is Chris's favorite song. We got Monster by KB.
Yep.
We're going to cue up his favorite verse right here. Here we go.
Boy, I used to be a monster. I was tweaking, had my mama going bonkers. Yeah, you probably wouldn't believe it if it hadn't been for Jesus. I'd be still running around like I'm a gangster.
I had to play a little bit of that.
Oh, that was
that bass drop. I had to put it in there. You know, feel me? All right.
Snap. That chorus is what hits me hard.
Yep.
Like I said before, it resonates with my life. The things that we used to do before we found God. The headaches we used to give our parents.
Yeah.
The lifestyle we used to live. And the road we was heading. Death, eternal damnation. Like, God took us out from that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that this whole song highlights that with the quality music behind it.
Yep.
I'm looking at Chris because he's getting
like,
passionate. He's getting revved up. Nah, I ain't mad at you, bro.
Yeah,
just the table didn't do nothing to you.
The audio
I'm
not
about
like
to take. Yeah, I'm about to break this table because it's just fact. That's why this sticks out for me. It sticks out really hard in my life. This is a perfect connection to have.
Yeah, and I think it applies to everybody, right? What they were like before Jesus, and then there's life after Jesus. And then once you're living life with Jesus, you always got to think back and be like, man, where would I be if it hadn't been for Jesus?
Ooh,
absolutely.
And the Bible is filled with references to look back and to remember and to retell the mighty works of the Lord. I think of Joshua, right? The stones. They would set up those stones of remembrance as like memorials, like this is where God brought us from, right? And so we look back at those moments, even the dark ones, right, and see how far we've truly come. So I definitely love that and relate to it.
Amen,
absolutely.
Brother Reg. All right.
Amen.
All right, and last but not least, we got my man Reg with his favorite song. What was your favorite song again?
Sing to you.
Sing to you.
Sing to you. So we're gonna
get ready
slow
to
it down a little bit.
Get ready to get
his favorite verse,
get into the feels.
For sure. All right, here it is. Sing to You by KB. We got Reggie's favorite verse right here. Here we go.
All night I couldn't sleep, thinking about all the joy that I couldn't keep. All these holes in my heart, it just seeps. I've been pierced more times than I can speak. Got another hole from a friend last week. Lord, Lord, why so many holes in me? Then I saw the hands that were holding me. He said, I know you, son, I got holes too.
What?
Oh, we just went to church.
This is such a big part of our faith, right? Like Jesus isn't this God who is way far off in the distance, who wants nothing to do with us. Of course, we acknowledge his holiness, we acknowledge his perfection, and if anything, that should humble us to realize that he would draw near. But the fact that he took on flesh, right, and he knows us, right? That line where it says, son, I know you, I got holes too. He knows what it's like to suffer. He knows what it's like to be betrayed and hurt and even feel that brokenness of pain and that we experience here on earth. And so that's why that is my favorite verse. What y'all think?
All night I couldn't sleep, thinking about all the joy that I couldn't keep. And I know for myself, that's been me. That's been my experience, right? And I think it's a natural human thing to do, is to think back and think of the good times and say, what happened? So even in that just the beginning of that verse is so powerful. It just sets the tone, and it places you in that moment where you were thinking back on the good times, and now you're looking down and saying, what happened? God, where are you? What are these holes that I have now?
I think it just feels good that you can go to God knowing that he understands what you're going through. You know, because it's there are people that you can get advice from, but if they never walked your shoes or they never experienced what you experienced, sometimes their words doesn't mean as much. Right. But when you connect with someone who actually gone through everything you've gone through, and you understand that they understand, it makes a difference. What they say is more valuable to your life because they experience the same thing you experience. And I think it's important for people to understand that Jesus understands.
Yes.
Like the verse says that he has holes too. Yeah. He suffered too. He went through every temptation that we've gone through, but he overcame. Right. Yeah. So now he's giving us hope. He says, he overcome, so now we can overcome. So, that's comforting. That when you're going through a pain and suffering, that you could go on your knees and say, you know what, God, I need to talk to you. And God will just respond, and knowing that he completely understands what you're going through. So that song is powerful for that reason.
All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this part. We do have a little bit of bonus footage for you guys.
Yes.
If you want to see our reaction to...
We don't even have the name yet.
Yo, is it titled something?
It's not titled anything.
We're going to be reacting to that video and the bonus video that we got dropping for you guys. Right?
Yes. So stay tuned for that.
Take a look at that.
We just want to take this moment to remember Ravi.
Yes.
He's basically an inspiration to this channel. And personally, he's also inspired me. He helped me taking an apologetic approach to my faith. Showed me that that approach doesn't really replaces faith, but it actually takes me to faith. And this is something that I gravitated towards. You know, I myself had a lot of questions, you know, when I first started. So he really laid the groundwork for me and basically left us a platform that we can, you know, stand on.
I remember when you introduced me to Ravi years ago, and I remember just binge watching a bunch of his videos. And exactly what you said, it changed the way I approached the Bible. It changed my outlook on Christianity as a whole. It challenged me in certain ways because he does speak very eloquently.
For sure.
But his metaphors, his parables, the way he explains things, like you said, is definitely the kind of inspiration behind his channel, really. And I think that's it's pretty cool that we have this segment to introduce him to you guys.
So without further ado, check out this video.
Ravi Zacharias was born on March 26, 1946 in Madras, India. His family moved to Delhi where he was raised. He was a skeptic until the age of 17 when he tried to commit suicide by swallowing poison. Zacharias said it was John 14:19 that touched him as the defining paradigm. Because I live, you also will live. Zacharias was the author of more than 30 books on Christianity, including Can Man Live Without God and The Grand Weaver. Zacharias was the founder and chairman of the board of RZIM. Ravi would go on to speak all over the world as a Christian apologist. On May 19, Ravi went with the Lord, and we thank you, sir, for creating a platform we can stand on. The inspiration for this channel, Breaking Truth.
All right, guys. So that was a little bit about Ravi. We're gonna actually be reacting to one of his videos. It's just a short clip on one of his famous metaphors. So we want to react to it and talk about it after.
I remember when I was in my mid-20s preaching in Vietnam, and I was preaching in the city of Dalat, up in the highlands there, and in a little village where there were tribal people. They were mostly illiterate. And I recall going through an interpreter trying to preach to them the most basic truths. Most of them didn't have any teeth in their mouths, and they looked like they came from a completely different world to mine. But there they sat night after night, packed to capacity. And I was talking about creation one day, and I gave them this simple little illustration. I'm sure you're familiar with it. But it's run something like this, about a fellow who sat under a nut tree once and pretending to be quite the master of engineering skills and structural engineering and so on. He said, you know, God, you really are not very smart. When I think of the way you've made this world, a huge tree holding little nuts and a small plant holding huge watermelons, it just doesn't add up. A big tree, small nuts, small plant, huge watermelon. And as he waxed eloquent against God's inability to do things reasonably, suddenly a little nut fell and hit him on his head. And he said, thank God that wasn't a watermelon. You know what I like about that? A group of villagers can sit there and laugh meaningfully because they do not have the same problem we do, where we have educated ourselves into imbecility.
Good stuff. Good stuff. It's classic Ravi right there.
I think that's one of the big things about Ravi that really impacts us, right? Just his ability to sort of relay a message in such a concise way. As complex as it might seem, his parables, similar to the way Jesus would use parables, right? It was very contextualized and gave you a very good image in your mind.
What's so great about Ravi, he's able to illustrate these ideas in a way that's understandable to everybody. He's spoken in front of intellectuals at universities, and as well in this example in a crowd full of villagers from a third world country, right? And I think that's why he's so impactful, is because he's able to break down these concepts in a way that's understandable to all.
Absolutely, and I think that, especially in the matter of truth, that's a hard concept to like wrap your brain around. That he does uses a lot of these parables to really bring down some of toughest subjects to understand, and he brings it down to their level. And I think that's one of the main reasons why we want this channel.
Yeah.
Because we want to take a lot of the tough questions that's out there, just break it down, you know, to a level that we can all digest it. And if the claims of the Bible is true, if the truth is in the Bible, then why not search it?
Right.
Why not break it down?
Right.
You know, what do we have to lose by searching and seeing if it's true or not? I wanted to, you know, in absolute truth, I just wanted to give a little definition of what that entails. And
Sure.
Absolute truth is basically, it's something that is true at all times and at all places. It is something that is always true no matter what the circumstances. It is a fact that cannot be changed. So if the Bible claims to be true, right, and Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and it cannot be moved, then why not
Test those premises, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the things Ravi always used to speak about was you could tell, right? This leads to the worldview conversation, obviously, right? You have to answer these 4 basic questions, but really it's to test your foundation, right? Is what you're believing in worthy to be trusted, right? Like we have to hold it up to this test of truth, right? This test of absolute standards, because if we just leave it to, we throw it in the air and whatever lands, then we have a sort of wishy-washy morality that isn't actually morality, right? If you leave it to randomness, if you leave it to chaos, then if John thinks it's okay to murder and I don't, who's to say that he's wrong, right? So this is why we need that standard. This is why we need to introduce an absolute standard and also a creator of that standard, not just a standard, but the creator of it. It has to have a beginning.
I think that's really the basis of our channel, right? Even the name behind Breaking Truth, right? We are in search of truth and breaking it down to its core fundamental principles.
Yeah.
And this can be in our everyday experiences, what we encounter. We're looking to find the truth in all those things, right? And of course, we'll be using the absolute truth, like what Chris talked about. Which is the Word of God. We'll use that as a way of defining truth,
Measuring.
Yeah, exactly. Measuring in everything that we see. Even from this example of as simple as a nut in a tree, God was still able to reveal His truth through that process and that example.
I also wanted to mention that we are by no means experts.
Yeah.
We'll say that up front.
You know, that's why we want to ask these questions, and we want to hear questions, and we want to figure it out together, and we want to grow together.
Yeah.
Because if, you know, like I said before, if the claims of the word is true, then I think it's important for us to actually figure out if it stands the test, right? If it can go through the testing process. I think it's worth it. And I think it's important also because we all have a worldview. We all have a perspective on life.
Yeah.
And the reason why I feel like this is so important is because we build a whole life based on our perspective of how we see things.
Right.
You know, we have kids, we have we buy houses, we have families, we make decisions, career decisions. We make everything based on the way we look at things, the way we look at life, you know, our perspective. But my question is, but how about if your perspective doesn't have a foundation? You're building all these things on a perspective on how you was raised or your worldview. But what happens if your worldview is not complete? It has holes in the foundation. Can you afford to keep on building on top of that, knowing that your foundation has cracks? You know, would it hold, you know, your whole life together? You know, and can you afford to build on a foundation that has cracked? And I think that's what we want to investigate. We want to investigate if our worldview has cracks or question anything to see if it really holds up to scrutinies, you know? So I think that's why this is so important that we have this conversation, especially with everything that's going on today. What is the truth behind everything? Is it a lie or does it stand, you know, firm?
Yeah, I think that's a good way of summarizing it. With that being said, I hope you guys stay with us, follow along as we continue to seek truth, and we hope you enjoy the ride.
The conversation's just getting started, so stay tuned. We're definitely going to continue this, and you'll be hearing a lot more about worldview, absolute truth, and we'll definitely be referencing Ravi in the future. So we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are Breaking Truth. I hope you guys have a good one. Subscribe, like, share. Peace.
Later, guys.
God bless.